Bill here, Metals Minute. Today's Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022. Been a difficult week for a lot of reasons out there in the world, but another positive week for gold and silver. And all the details are in the write-up, but there's a lot going on. Starting with the State of the Union we had last night, and President Biden talked about a lot of new spending initiatives that he would like to see. Infrastructure projects, child care initiatives and tax credits, and veterans programs that he would like to see increased, and various other things and projects, while at the same time pledging to not increase income taxes on most Americans. And so that implies, if those things happen, that implies that there'll be more spending going on, which would tend to be inflationary, and that would tend to be also good for precious metals. So we have that happening. At the same time, there's a difficult situation in Russia and Ukraine, and right now we see an ongoing, it's starting to unfold, the sanctions that have been put on Russia. Sometimes these things can be double-edged, and so one of the things that's happening is starting as early as tomorrow is up to $29 billion worth of Russian bonds may begin to go into default. And one of the consequences of cutting off Russia from the financial system is Russia said, okay, if you're cutting off money coming in, we're going to cut off money going out. And so if those bonds go into default, who it hurts are the people that invested in those bonds. And many of them would be Americans and Europeans. Those funds might be in various retirement plans or whatnot. And keep in mind that the last time the Russians defaulted on bonds was 1998, and that caused the implosion of Long-Term Capital Management, a hedge fund firm here in the United States. So not sure where all the harm will go, but as they say, when the tide goes out, we see who's swimming naked, so to speak. So that will begin to unfold later this week as bond payments don't come in, and investors realize they're holding the bag, and maybe some of them with mutual funds didn't know they were holding that bag. But so that's something to be careful of and watch out for. There are other things happening. Russia is beginning to say that perhaps the gold is better to use for transactions than dollars anyway, for their oil. They're transacting business with Chinese currency now, and they're kind of indicating that maybe they'll be willing to receive gold for their oil. So while that may be positive for gold, it could throw the world into a greater tizzy, so to speak, and so greater uncertainty there. They're also saying that they would like to reinstall the president that was in place in Ukraine back in 2014 before the Western efforts to remake that government began in earnest. So that's some greater uncertainty, and we just need to be concerned about all involved there. But just an anecdotal note from someone that I know, their parents live in Europe. Their mother, they were helping her with her utility bill. And unfortunately, one of the side effects of cutting off the Russian gas from Europe has been that whereas it used to be $250 for 1,000 cubic feet of gas, that price has gone up to $2,200. And so many of these people's utility bills in Europe have increased, in this case, by 4 times. And so people that are on a fixed income, that can be a challenge. So there's, even though it's positive for metals prices right now, it's creating a lot of other difficulties. And so we continue to be in prayer for our leaders, and just hope that everything works out for the best over there and over here. And one way that we can protect ourselves, regardless of how that situation resolves, is by owning things that are real, like precious metals. So thanks a lot. We'll be trying to keep you updated a little more often, and thank you for tuning in, and let us know what topics you'd like us to discuss more. Thanks a lot. See you soon.